YouTube, what's going on today, man? Listen, it's your boy Sharp, never dull, and I have two questions for you guys. Question number one: did you guys get Modern Warfare 2 over the holidays or for Christmas? And question number two: did you guys get yourself a brand new controller? If you answered yes to any of those two questions, well, guess what? You guys are in luck because BWO is here to share with you guys our best graphic settings and our best controller settings for any of the average gamers or even any of the sweaty gamers. So before I even share my settings with you guys, obviously I need you guys to like and follow me on Twitch. Our handles are down below in the description. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this growing YouTube channel. Make sure you guys follow me on my new TikTok and drop a like for this new YouTube video. Let's get right into the settings, guys. Alright, so starting with our controller settings. It's the standard controller aiming device, and we're actually going to be using the default button layout. This is obviously, all these settings are up to your personal preference, but this is what my team likes to use. So we like to use the default setting. I am not flipping the triggers or the buttons. I am not flipping any of the bumper pings. It's just standard. No controller vibration at all. You don't want that because it will ruin your aim in game. If you look down below, my sensitivity is a high 7.7. The reason for that is because I actually use Control Freaks in my controllers. I use the Control Freak ring and also the Control Freak pad itself. If you can take a look over here, it helps you with your aim. It keeps it stable, and the best part is it helps you with the recoil control as well. I highly recommend it for anyone that is interested. It's very easy to access from any of your retailers. Get it? If you do use it, your sensitivity will have to bump up. Otherwise, if I wasn't using it, I would probably be on 6.6, just the standard. If you go down here, you will see my sensitivity multipliers. I just kept them all at 1. But my ADS sensitivity multiplier is at 0.75. If you scroll down even further, you'll look at my vertical aim axes. It's just all the standard. No horseplay around with this game, nothing whatsoever. But if you go down and look at the gameplay, I have a few things that are different from some other people. So my ADS behavior, aim down sight behavior, is at hold. My change zoom shared input is sprint, tactical sprint, and focus because I utilize tactical sprint. If you look down at automatic sprint, I'm on automatic attack sprint. It saves your controller and it saves your thumb some hassle, so that way you're always constantly sprinting when need be. Equipment behavior will stay at hold. The weapon mount activation will stay at ADS and melee. The interact reload behavior is prioritized interact. That way you can actually loot more efficiently. This is more so a Warzone tip. If you're more so a Modern Warfare 2 player, you should prioritize reload because you'll get into those gunfights a lot and you want to be able to reload fast. If you prioritize interact in Modern Warfare 2, you'll be picking up a lot of weapons that's on the ground and you're going to get really frustrated with that. On the contrary, though, if you do use prioritize interact and you want to stick with that because you also play reload, on the contrary, if you do use prioritize interact a lot because you play a lot of Warzone, then get used to holding down on the reload button to make sure you actually reload and not pick up a weapon on the ground. And then finally, armor plate behavior. This works for both Modern Warfare 2 and on Warzone. Apply all. It's just easier that way. If you ever need to stop applying a plate, just hit triangle or hit Y on your controller. Moving on to the advanced settings, we have target aim assist is obviously on. You want aim assist on if you're using a controller. Your aim assist type can be default. Back in the day, Black Ops was the aim assist type because it was broken, but they actually nerfed it. So you want to use default. Third person ADS, that's obviously you want assist. If you go down below the gyro behavior and the gravity vector, you just want them off. Essentially what that means is if you rotate your controller, it will affect the aim, it will affect the movement of the controller. You don't want that. You want to rely on your sticks only. Sensitivity, you leave it at 1, but it won't matter because everything is turned off for the gyro. If you look down below, you look at the aim response curve type. I use dynamic. I know some people may use linear. I use dynamic. I keep the focus multiplier at 1. My sensitivity transition timing is also instant because you want it to be instant. I have not changed any of the custom sensitivity zooming. If you go down below, and what's probably most important is your inputs dead zone. And this is something you have to test out on your own. But for myself, because I use a scuff and I also use an Xbox Elite 2 controller, I like to keep my left stick minimum at 0.05, my right stick minimum at 0.07. The maximum you can put at 0.99. And then for the left trigger and the right trigger, so you can feel instantaneous, you want them both at 0.00. If you go down a little bit more, you'll look at your movement behaviors. So auto forward, I don't have that on. Tack sprint behavior, it's double tap. Ground mantle, you don't want that on. Automatic airborne mantle, you want to keep that at partial. You don't want to have automatic ground mantle on. You don't want to invert your slide and dive behavior. Just keep that at standard. When you're plunging underwater, just keep it as your movement base so then you can sprint underwater and actually go a little bit faster. Parachute auto deploy is off. Sprinting door dash on. Ledge hang mantle behavior. This is your preference here, but I use movement base. If you go down below for the combat behaviors, ADS 6 swap is off. Backpack alternate control off. The only thing I really have on is the weapon mount movement exit. I keep that on. It really helps because essentially, if you take off ADS, you will turn off your mount. The weapon mount exit delay is short, so it's really fast. And then your depleted ammo weapon switch on. So if you kill your mag, you'll switch weapons right away. Down below, if you look at vehicles, I don't actually use vehicles, but these are the settings for the vehicles. And then if you look at the overlay behaviors, the scoreboard map behavior, it's just toggle, ping wheel, moderate, and hold. It's the normal stuff. Now, quickly, moving on to graphics settings. So this is different for everyone, and this is exclusively just for PC players. It depends on the type of computer that you have and the stuff that you have in your computer. For me, I have a 37 series, and I don't have the best For me, I have a 3070 series, and I don't have the best CPU and the best cooling in my system, but this is the best that I can do with it. For everyone, you want your display mode to always be full screen exclusive. It gives you the best FPS and the smoothest gameplay whatsoever. Your screen refresh rate should be the highest possible that's available in your monitor. If you take a look down below, you'll see that nothing else has changed. I changed the custom frame rate limit to custom, so I just maximum 300, minimum 60. If you take a look down below, nothing else changes. My brightness, I actually play a little bit higher. I play around 55, 56. If you take a look at the quality, so this is where you can play around with it a little bit more. The render resolution should always be 100. The render resolution will always be based on your monitor. Anything less than 100 means you're not actually rendering the game properly for your monitor. So you want it at the highest scale possible. My monitors are all 1440p, so my render resolution will always be 100. If you take a look down below, my upscaling will always be Fidelity CAS X. And the fidelity itself, the strength itself should be 75. My anti-aliasing will be Filmic SMAA T2X, and then I keep it at low. And then when you look at the settings below, you'll see a lot of them are low to normal. I keep some that are high, like the distance level of detail. You want it to be high because when you're looking far down sights, the higher the detail, the more likely you're going to be able to see a person. If it's not, the person will probably become blurry. If you take a look down below, my particle quality is high. My particle quality level is also high. With these settings that you see on the screen below, you'll be able to notice that your FPS will still be very stable, but you'll still have a very quality good game on your screen. If you take a look down below, my shadow map resolution is normal, my spot shadow quality is low, my spot cache is low. Take a look further down even more. My NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency is on plus boost. This is a really good feature with NVIDIA graphics cards where it will help you with your FPS. It also boosts the GPU itself. It's really good, and it helps you with the low latency mode. Turn off depth of field, turn off world motion blur, turn off any type of blur, the weapon motion blur, and turn off film grain. You don't need any of that stuff. And if you take a look finally at view, this is personal preference. I play 120 FOV. It doesn't affect my my aim assist. The ADS field of view should be affected because it makes your weapon look much smaller and it destroys your visual recoil in a good way. Your weapon field of view should be wide. And then third person field of view, the highest you can go up to is 90. So that's, of course, what I did. Very last is at the bottom, your camera movement. This is really crucial because this helps you with your visual recoil. If you have everything set to least, you get the least amount of visual recoil. And it'll make it seem like you have no recoil when you're shooting these guns. When in actuality, you do. But that's just not what you're seeing. Those are my settings. Comment down below if you guys have any suggestions or anything that you want to change. Check out this gameplay. I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, make sure you guys stay safe. Stay blessed. Catch you guys in the next video. Guy's name Steak is Cake. Alright. There's This weapon's fun, guys. You feel like Neo in this bitch. Damn it. Bro, man, this is fucking riot shields. I'm telling you, man. Hey, brother.
Basic, check fire. We are losing Alpha. I've got your back. Check him out. back!